Good morning, all. You can please be seated. Thank you very much. And this goes without saying, but it's always good to welcome a dear friend, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, here to the People's House, the White House here in Washington. I was talking yesterday to the India Prime Minister. He was here on a visit and was talking about how we schedule these visits out and how I think next time we need to try to work on a trip down to Texas. I think you would really enjoy that. Maybe not so much the heat, but Texas is a good place. But anyway, it is good to have our longest ally here with us today. There's a much to talk about, much on the plate. We've got the situation with Ukraine, and we're moving into a new phase with that, and that is being what are we going to do going into a post-war phase, and eventually that's going to be coming up is the post-war phase. Where are we at right there? Are we going to have a Marshall Plan type operation to rebuild Ukraine? That's something that we'll be talking about definitely today, and I'm sure at the NATO conference coming up here in just a couple of weeks. The bottom line is the situation in Ukraine. That war must come to an end one way or another. It's going on entirely too long. Too many lives have been lost. So much of Ukraine has been destroyed. And so it really is time for this to end. And I've said this from the very beginning. There was nothing to gain really in moving into Ukraine and causing all this death and destruction. So it's time for this to end. It's time to look forward to going back to look forward to rebuilding now Ukraine and getting it back to the nation it once was. As far as NATO membership, I know there's been a lot of discussions with the allies on this. As far as my administration's view on that I would be 100% for Ukraine to be joining NATO. Again, like I've said from the very beginning, it is up to Ukraine if they want to definitely pursue that. I would definitely be one who would definitely be in the affirmative on that. And that also brings up the discussion about Article 5 of the NATO Constitution. And it basically says that an attack on one NATO ally is an attack on all NATO members. And so we need to look at that. I'm not saying that we need to back down from Article 5, but we need to look how we're going to address that with a Ukraine membership in NATO. So a lot to cover today. Again, it's always good to have a friend from across the channel to join us here today, and looking forward to some great talks. Thank you all very much. Thank you.